Hi guys, a few days ago I went to see Sweeney Todd at the Adelphi Theatre in London. I finally got around to seeing it. I've been wanting to see it for quite a while. This was actually first opened in Chichester about a year ago, and I had a ticket to go and see it. But as you know, Chichester is about an hour and a half away from London, and unfortunately I couldn't actually get there on the day, so I had to sell my ticket. But anyway, finally I got to see it in its last week in London, and I'm very glad I did because I really liked it. First of all, I have to say the main reason that I wanted to go was Imelda Staunton. She obviously is a very well-known actress. The way I knew of her was because of Harry Potter. I know it's a bit lame, but I'm a big Harry Potter fan and I loved her in the Harry Potter movies. And so when I found out that she was going to be in this, I was like, I definitely want to go and see her live. And she definitely didn't disappoint. It was genuinely a privilege and an honour to see her live. And for me, she was the highlight of the whole show. She is such an amazing natural actress, and it just shows, like, when you're watching her on stage, it just feels like you're watching the character that she's playing, because she's always in character, and she's so natural, so funny, so brilliant. Her voice is amazing. She's so good at interacting with the audience. She just keeps everybody watching her all the time. You can't help but just pay attention to her, and she's just phenomenal. Anyway, about the show itself, obviously it's a Sondheim musical, and a lot of people might be familiar with the story anyway, because a film of Sweeney Todd came out a few years ago. I think it was in 2007 with Johnny Depp, and I'd seen that film when it came out, and I didn't like it at the time. I mean, I think I kind of liked it, but I wasn't a big fan of it. I only saw it that one time in the cinema. So that's why I said the main reason I went to see it was Imelda and not necessarily the show itself. But this time round, watching the show on an actual stage and not in a film format, I felt like I enjoyed it a lot more, to be honest. And I'm glad I finally got to see it, you know, a stage version of it and not just a film. I'm trying to keep my reviews short, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about the plot because I think most people know the story anyway, and it's quite complicated to explain, so you can just Google it or something. But the main character, should I say, is obviously Sweeney Todd, who is played by Michael Ball, and he was also really, really good. I'd always wanted to see Michael Ball and something like, you know, live on stage. I'd never seen him either, so it was nice to see him on stage as well. I'll be honest, I didn't think he was incredible. He was really good, but I mean, considering he's obviously this well-known, incredible theatre performer, I kind of expected more, I think. But it was still a great performance, and I really did enjoy his chemistry with Imelda Staunton. Imelda Staunton, like I said before, was fantastic. She plays the role of Mrs. Lovett, and she has some great songs in it, some great scenes, great moments. Her relationship, on-stage relationship with like the other actors was brilliant. It was obvious that she just... It was just obvious that she's a natural performer and that she was made to perform and be on stage, you know. And again, like I said, for me, she was the main reason that I liked the show, I think. Judge Turpin was played by John Bow. He was pretty good. He was good. He was scary. You know, scary enough. You know, his performance didn't necessarily stand out to me, but I thought he was good. Beadle Bamford was played by Peter Polycarpou, who I'd seen in Love Story a couple of years ago. I thought he was, you know, he was average for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, because I think Peter's an amazing performer in general, and I've seen him do some concerts here and then, and I've always, you know, thought of him as an amazing performer. But for some reason, I just didn't think of him much in this show, which was weird. Joanna, which is Sweeney Todd's daughter, in case you don't know, was played by Lucy May Barker. Now, I'd heard of Lucy May Barker a lot, and I'd seen her perform in a few like cabarets and stuff, I think, a few times, but I'd never seen her in a show before, so again I was interested to see her because I'd heard good things about her and stuff. And she didn't disappoint. She was really good. I thought she had a really lovely voice. Her voice was beautiful. Her acting was okay. But I mean, I think the role of Joanna, especially in the stage show, isn't that big anyway, so there wasn't much for me to judge her on anyway. But she was good. Then we had Anthony, who was played by Luke Brady. I really liked him. I thought he had a great voice. His acting was very convincing. And he was very good looking, and I know, I always say this, my reviews aren't professional at all. I don't mean them to be anything serious. I just tell you what I think of shows and stuff. So, you know, I'm just going to tell you this now. I thought he was very fit, and I really enjoyed his performance. Toby, or Tobias, was played by James McConville. He was fantastic, I thought. He had a great voice, he was very convincing, his acting was fantastic. Yeah, I thought he was really good, and obviously he has quite a few scenes with Imelda Staunton, and I thought he handled them very well, and no moment did I feel that, you know, James' acting wasn't on par with Imelda, which is saying a lot, to be honest, because Imelda is such an accomplished actress, and I thought James was, you know, just as good in his scenes with her. So yeah, well done to him. That's pretty much the main cast, I think. The ensemble was good as well. They don't really do much, as far as I remember. I mean, they sing quite a lot, but Sweeney Todd is in a show with lots of big dance numbers and big ensemble numbers, so for most of the time, the ensemble members were just on stage doing little things. And I personally love like big, massive ensemble numbers, especially dance numbers. And obviously, I wasn't expecting it there to be any in this show, but it just did feel a bit weird to not have, you know, those scenes. Yeah, the sets were good. It was very creative, the way they did the whole thing. It was pretty dark. The scenes where Sweeney Todd, and this isn't a spoiler, kills some of the people were done very well. I mean, there were bits where I just literally couldn't look, and I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Which is down to the great effects and like the blood and stuff that they had on stage. And yeah, it was done really, really well. The music, like I said, I'm not a massive Sondheim fan. To be honest, I haven't heard much of his stuff. I've seen a few of his musicals. I mean, I saw Company a few years ago, which I kind of liked. I wasn't a big fan. I've listened to some of his songs, but in general, I'm just not a massive fan of his songs. I hope to be. I hope to kind of discover more Sondheim songs in the future and stuff, and go and see more of his shows, because I really like Sweeney Todd. I think Sweeney Todd is probably one of the only full shows of him that I actually really, really appreciate, and I like the songs in it. But yeah, overall it was a great show. This is closing today, Saturday the 22nd, I think it is. Yeah, Saturday the 22nd of September, which is today. Tonight's the last show. I think you might still be able to get some tickets for it, I don't know. The night that I went, there were quite a few seats empty, which I was a bit surprised at, but especially because it was the last week, but I guess it's just not been selling well, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I don't think I would have gone to see it again, if I had a chance. I mean, obviously I can't because it's finishing anyway, but even if I could, I don't think I would have gone again. But I am really glad that I saw it, and like I said, just seeing Imelda on stage was something that I'll remember forever, and it was genuinely, it felt like a big privilege to see her on stage, and she made the show for me. If you have seen the show, let me know in the comments what you thought of it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!